Hey everyone, welcome into Edie's Attic. My name is Jenny, and I am here with your weekly love message. I have not been picking up a whole lot of energy focused towards romance for the last week or so. I feel like a part of this collective is not entertaining romance right now, or the idea of it, or are not even inspired by it. I feel like your energy is pulling you towards career and success and finance and home life. I also feel like a huge part of this collective is working through another upgrade and another awakening. And I feel that your mind space is more so consumed with like hidden knowledge and tapping into new skills and really working on the skills that you already have and studying and research and digging deep on topics that you're interested in that maybe you don't know a lot about right now and that you're trying to understand deeper. So I don't feel like you're giving, if you do have some kind of love interest, or you're in a relationship, or you're looking to get into a relationship, I feel like you've put this on the back burner for right now. You're just not pulled towards it. You're pulled towards yourself and towards bettering yourself. But I do a weekly love read every week, and I am going to tap into seeing if there's anything going on in your energy that you should be aware of. Let's get started. I did pre-shuffle several decks that I felt led to using today. We're going to start with Divine Truth by Spiritual Infusion 1111. Love her decks. They're great. If you haven't listened to her or watched her YouTubes, I definitely I'm going to give her a shout out. Go listen to her. She's amazing. Her decks are equally as amazing. It's Spiritual Infusion 1111. So let's get started and see what comes out. Spirit, what should the collective know right now in regards to love and romance? Okay, so this is interesting because earlier when I pre-shuffled, I picked up the entire deck, and this particular card was out by itself, and I shoved it right back into the middle. And here we go. We have it again. Fragmentation. So I really feel with the fragmentation card that we both, the masculine and the feminines, have taken a step back from putting their focus on this connection and have gone back in to do some work within themselves. It says here, until we make our shadows conscious, we will still continue to hurt others. There's so much work being done. Again, now a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago even, I had posted a video. I believe it was a love reading, so it's probably going to be listed under my weekly love readings. But I was talking about how with this relationship, if there is one that you're watching or that you've had a cycle with, that there was going to be some kind of decision, some kind of finality with it. You're either going to part and go your own ways finally after having a interaction and confrontation. You were going to come into union, some of you, or you are going to go your separate ways to do more work before again entertaining this connection and going through a whole another cycle all over again, where you're going to dive in and do more deep introspection and work on bettering yourselves. And that is what I'm picking up here. So if you're in that particular group where you decided to pull away from this cycle again, but you still haven't let go of that connection, then this reading is for you. You are doing a ton of work and you are moving toward, again, working on your personal life, your personal home life, your financial life, your work life, your career, your passion, your what you feel that you're destined to be, or you're trying to still figure that out. You're trying to understand what you bring to the world. What is your purpose here? And so is your person. So the two of you are definitely working through understanding your individual selves right now before entertaining this connection yet again. There's more. You're looking for more. There's more depth to this connection than you can wrap your mind around. You're still trying to understand it. You're just not ready to let it go. We have heartbreak in reverse. It says the wrong choice was made and now they sit in the pain of losing you. In reverse, though. So, again, this isn't for the collective that decided to make a final decision and pull away from this connection. This is for the collective here, the group here that resonates with having made the choice to pull away for the time being to do the inner work. There is no heartbreak because there's an understanding that at some point down the road, your paths are going to connect again. They're going to cross. You're going to have another go around, another cycle, another interaction. This is just something that you know deep within your heart, within your soul, within your bones, your spirit. You know that there's going to be a union at some point. You just don't know exactly when, but you do know that this is like bound and determined to come back together. So you're not actually wallowing, you're not in any kind of deep pain or regret about this, and neither are they. There's like a mutual understanding, whether you guys speak or not, that the space is needed for the healing, the work, and the self-improvement before there is a connection to be had. At the bottom of the deck, we have planning. I've been preparing a love offer for you. You will be shocked and surprised. There is a huge level of planning on your person's part right now in regards to how and when they're going to move forward toward you. It's they're looking at every detail, and it's not even in regards to how they present themselves to you. It's doing all the work behind the scenes in their personal affairs that they're getting in order before they feel confident enough in moving forward towards you. Okay. In reverse, we have together. So obviously you two are not together at this point. You guys are in separation. I'm not going to take all those. You will be together. I'm feeling like for some of you, you will be together. It's undeniable that there is a connection, there's a pull, there's a chemistry, there's a love. If there wasn't love there, you guys would have decided to move along and just close that door. But I feel like a lot of you left that door cracked a little bit. Arrogance in reverse. This is a person that is working on their attitude, their behavior, their habits, the way that they talk to people, the way that they treat people. This is someone that when you first met them, they may have come off a little bit prideful and full of themselves, and they may have looked at you as maybe not even being good enough to be in their energy. You're someone that they felt pulled to and interested in, but maybe they treated you like they just made you feel like you weren't good enough or you weren't meeting the bar. They may have not have thought you were. They may have been very pulled to you energetically, but the package deal, what you were, like what you offered, like where you were standing in life. Why am I feeling like it has something to do with like your work or your job, your career? Like the fact that, in today's society, we need two people that have very successful jobs in order to make a living and to afford a lifestyle. For some reason, I'm feeling like your person looked at you as you could not provide the lifestyle that they required, or you didn't fit into the lifestyle that they currently had. You didn't fit into the crowd of people that they associated with. There was some kind of arrogance there. But because of this separation And I'm feeling for the feminine collective here that you put up some boundaries with this person, and you realized your worth, and you understood that you deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be treated better than you were getting from this person. So you cold shouldered them. You gave them the silent treatment. You may have blocked them. You may have, made it almost impossible for this person to have any connection to you energetically, socially, physically possible. And this person had like a rude wake up. It was a wake up call where they realized that their arrogance and their pride and their need to look a certain way in society block them from a connection that they're still very much pulled to and very much wanting in their life. Um, yeah, career driven. I feel like this is for the both of you. I don't think this person viewed you as someone that was career driven when they first met you. I think that this whole entire situation and what you've experienced with this other person and the lack of respect and compassion that this person had for you was a trigger for you to work on yourself and to get your ducks in a row and to become successful in your own right. I feel like they pushed you down a path of wanting to have success in career or wanting to figure out what your calling is or completely reinvent yourself as a person. It's reminding me of that show that used to be out. I think it was on entertainment television, or was it TLC? It was gosh, it was, I forgot the name of it. It was with Khloe Kardashian, and she would Revenge Body, where so like with Revenge Body, these people would be completely discarded and left by someone that they were absolutely in love with because of maybe the way that they looked or how overweight they were, or there's something about them that they just felt really insecure about after this person left them. So they would go on the show and they would work for weeks and weeks to get themselves in a place to where they felt confident and secure. And at the end of the show, they would bring this ex back to do like this ultimate like reveal of the new version of them. And almost all the time from when I watched the show, the person that left to do all that work on themselves and to build themselves up at at the end of the show, they're like, I'm not even interested in you anymore. I have other options. Like there's this feeling like you were pushed away, pushed aside, discarded for something that um, you know, you didn't think that you had control over. And when this person bugged off, you're like, you know what? I'm going to work on this. I'm going to better myself, but not for you, for me, because I want to be better. And it could be with work and money. It could be with your physicality. Maybe you did lose a lot of weight. Maybe this is for someone out there that has, shed a lot of weight and really got ripped. This could be anything, really. It's something that you felt very insecure about after this relationship ended, and you took that as fuel and you fired yourself up and you got yourself in a place to where you're like on the other end of this now. Like you have done so much self improvement. So I feel like that is for you, collective. I definitely feel like this is more towards the feminine collective, even though I do believe that there are masculines in this collective that have done a hell of a lot of work on themselves as well. But for this particular reading, I believe that is for the feminines. So we got soulmates here, but it did come out in reverse. It says on the card that I'm drawn to you in a way I've never experienced before, a love so deep and complex. But I feel because it came out in reverse, there's almost this, because there's a misalignment and because you guys have separated to do your inner work, I feel like there's a lot of questioning going on right now um, with both you and this person. I feel like there's a lot of questioning on whether or not, because you may have believed this person was a soulmate from the get because of this feeling that you had from this magnetic pull, from this curiosity, from the nonstop, thinking of this person. And like every day, I feel like every day for however long, you both have woken up and at least one time a day thought about the other person. and you can't let that go. But now there's this question of, are they really a soulmate? Is this something that's like a real thing? Is soulmates even real? I feel like this is the masculine. Is soulmates even a real thing? Like maybe I'm just over fantasizing this or romanticizing this connection. This couldn't possibly be a real connection, because if it were real, we'd be together already. And I feel like you might be questioning it a little bit too. You're both very much, because of the work that you're doing now and where you're at mentally right now and what you're building right now, whether or not this person comes along with you for the ride or if they fit into the big picture, um, after the work is done, is a huge question that's like lingering on your head. I almost feel like that's why you guys have put this on the back burner, because it's exhausting just thinking about it. Like there's so many other things that you're focused on right now. When you give this particular part of your life, this connection, any kind of energy, it drains you. It's all consuming and you just don't want to deal with it. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. We have recalling memories, missing someone, reminiscing. And we have brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. And it's really funny because, well, it's not funny. It's just ironic because that's the energy I really feel that I have been picking up from this collective. I feel like we're all in a place of deep introspect. We're doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of recollection and thinking about things, all things, like from the beginning to where we are now when it comes to this person and this connection. We are like looking at the order of how things have played out, but while we're doing it, we're being very well protected. We are protecting ourselves. We are protecting our space. We are protecting our privacy. We want our privacy so we can figure things out, because this isn't the only thing that we are dealing with right now. Some of us, both masculine and feminines, are dealing with a hell of a lot more than the other person even realizes. And there's so much going on, I feel, for a lot of you in this collective. There's so much going on in the mental mind space, that the thoughts and all the things that are like spinning around in your mind are so chaotic that you need the space and the time and the privacy to organize your thoughts properly, because you don't even know how you feel anymore about certain things. There is a wall that has been put up between you and your person. It's like you built Fort Knox around you in order to protect the peace, in order to figure things out. Because the truth is, I don't think that you really know what you want right now. I really don't. I don't think a lot of you know if this is what you want anymore. You feel like you want it, and you feel drawn, and you feel the connection, and it's got you very confused. You're back to this place where I think you felt like you were very, very, very certain that this was your person, and now you're questioning if they're even a soulmate. You're questioning how they fit. You're wondering, and by going back and recalling all these memories, it's helping you piece it together and understand. But I feel like Spirit is wanting me to say that you need to stop thinking so much and stop trying to organize the thoughts in regards to this person. That sometimes things just don't make sense. Sometimes we can think it into the ground and it'll never make sense. That some of us need to start leading from the heart and start following our feelings and the way that our bodies and our chemistry and our spirit feels around a person, versus trying to make it understandable. So I feel like that is for someone particular in this collective needed to hear that. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit, before I wrap this up? Bonnie and Clyde. We have a Bonnie and Clyde dynamic here. Ride or die. Us against the world. Dedicated partnership. So, this is going to go two ways from what Spirit is showing me. So, it's going to go either with a collective that is currently in a standing, long term, committed relationship. And then we have the collective that is currently soul searching and understanding a connection that they're currently not in. In both scenarios, you may be finding that in your relationship, even if the romance has fizzled a little bit, or the two of you in your connection are so focused on work and home life and functions and extracurriculars and social gatherings and all the stuff that you guys do as a couple, there's this energy of Bonnie and Clyde where you're realizing you're looking at your person and you're seeing them as, you know what, no matter what happens, at the end of the day, my person got me. My person is always there for me. They always show up, they're consistent. If you've been doubting this connection because the romance isn't there, but the friendship is, the camaraderie is, the partnership is. It's not always going to be romance and like Twilight type fictional, like romantic love in every single second of your day. There's more parts to a human and to a spirit and a soul in a relationship than just the romance department. And it could just be that you guys have so much going on that is something that neither one of you are interested in. And it does not mean that you're not meant to be together and that you don't make a good team, because you absolutely do, according to Spirit. Now, if you're a part of the collective that's listening, that is wondering if this person is a soulmate, are they not a soulmate? I feel a pull, but I don't know if they're meant to be in my life. Is it going to work? Spirit is saying, when this union comes together and the connection happens and you guys finally decide to make that move down the path of a committed relationship, that you two are going to be a force to be reckoned with. You're going to be a powerhouse couple. You two are going to work very well together, not just romantically and physically, but as a partnership. The two of you together are going to create some amazing things. You're going to create an amazing life, an amazing home life. You're going to work in tandem together very, very well. Anything else, Spirit? And then I am going to wrap up here. I might pull some letters for confirmation. Let's see. Okay. My boo. Official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. I feel after some time, after you guys have done the work that you need to do, and you take that plunge. I'm hearing Spirit say plunge. Just take that plunge into the water. Just jump. Stop tiptoeing around this relationship. You are successful. You have done the work. You're too caught up in your thoughts. It's causing you a lot of stress and mental fatigue. You may be feeling very, very drained and tired, stressed. It's because you're thinking too much. You're overly thinking about this. When you take that plunge and entertain this and finally connect and speak out. And I feel like a lot of us need to hear this, that we pray for a connection, we pray for that olive branch, we pray for some kind of sign, or for this person to make the first move. But Spirit is also urging the feminine collective here to take a stand and stand in your power, and remember that everything that you do and don't do is a decision that you make for yourself. So by not speaking up and by not moving forward or toward your person, you're making the decision not to have this relationship. I feel like you're putting the ball completely into the masculine's court when you're holding on to it. Like, you have the ball. You can make a move at any time and shoot your shot. It doesn't have to be you waiting forever for this masculine to come forward toward you, or even a subtle sign toward this masculine that your walls that you put up, I'm taking them down now. You're free to enter and to speak to me when you wish. I'm no longer blocking you out, because it's like this energy of you wanting them to pursue you and you're wanting them to make a move, so it gives you more clarity on all this soul searching you've been doing. But at the same time, you built these walls and you put up these defense mechanisms where they can't reach you, they can't even connect to you if they wanted to. So spirit is saying, we got to get out of our heads. We have to get more physical. We have to be more proactive. Start making actual physical moves in our reality in order to start seeing new results. And that we need to lead with our feelings sometimes and our emotions and the way that our body and our chemistry is pulling us toward or away certain individuals, and lean in on that and our intuition to help guide us down which path we should take, versus overly thinking about it and writing it all down on paper and trying to see it in black and white and make sense of it, because sometimes it just doesn't make sense. You have to go with it. So, with our final card out, we have harmony, balance, peace, and happiness. You're going to feel a level of contentment, a level of relief, a level of like balance. You're going to feel peace within yourself after you have a hard conversation. It doesn't have to be hard, but I feel like fear is leading a lot of people in this collective, both feminine and masculine energies here. I feel that there is still a lot of insecurities about our own decision making, and that we are actually the block. Our mental space and our own insecurities, and what if. What happens if I reach out and I make the first move? How will that make me look? What if I reach out and try to connect to my person? What if they reject me? There's so many what ifs, but we're never going to know unless we make the move and try. So Spirit just wants you to know that once you get out of your head and once you get physical and once you start being proactive and you show up in the 3D reality and actually start making physical movements towards what it is that you're feeling pulled to, it's going to bring you a lot of peace. For one, for starters, it's going to take you out of your mind. It's going to take you out of that mental chaos, because you're going to be physical. When you start moving and doing things and start moving physically in the 3D world, it pulls you out of that chaotic mind space. Two, you're going to feel some kind of burden being lifted off of your chest, being lifted off of your shoulders, that you finally spoke up and spoke out and aired out your truest feelings. And it's not the truest feelings that you mentally thought up of in your head, it's how you feel from the heart, is what Spirit wants you to move with. They want you to lead from the heart. So let's wrap up here. I'm going to pull some letters to see if we have any some kind of validation for the collective here in regards to words or names or initials. Also, I notice, like, when I do readings and I channel certain energies, I always like will watch my videos later and I will like observe how my own voice, the way I deliver a message, the way that I speak, the wording, the way that it's put out there changes based off of the energies that I am picking up. And today, as I'm recording this, I am noticing how astute and how blunt and how like assertive and almost aggressive my energy is. I'm feeling like whoever I'm picking up on has really got a sharp wit to them. They're very focused. You sound like you might be in business or in some kind of position where you're an authority figure or you are a superior or someone that has to speak a lot and to organize and to deliver words in front of groups of people. Someone that's on their game, on their business. So I don't know. That's just one thing that I notice. We have C, O, F, Z, E, another E, U, L, B, another U. I'm gonna pull maybe 2 or 3 more. T and A. Let's see, one more. I feel one more, spirit. S. So let's see, what do we have here? What do we have here? Let me see. Beats. All right, so here are the letters. Let me get them a little organized. Oh, where's U? U. Okay, so we have 2 U's and we have 2 E's. We have BATS, COF, Z, and L. So those could be initials for first, middle, last names of you, your person. And then I will like put them on the screen for the video so that way you can see the letters yourself. And if you see words there that make sense to you, then that is meant for you to see. But I'm seeing, again, bats, steak. No, there's no K. Even though I kept seeing K, and I'm looking at K right now. Let me just throw that in there because I keep seeing it every time I go reach my hand in. Okay, let's add that to there. So we have steak, um, fowl. Seeing lots of animal words. Maybe it's someone here that's really drawn to animals or works with animals. Um, calf. Wow, lots of animals. Um, pen? No, there's no N. Tabitha. I don't know why I'm getting the name Tabitha. I'm the letters aren't even here, but I'm picking up the name Tabitha and Sophia. Kelvin, for some reason. I'm getting Kelvin. I'm also getting Frank. Ken. I'm getting Ken. I don't know why. I'm getting Ken. Brian. I'm getting Brian. Cat. But like for short for Catherine or Katie. Katie, maybe. Yeah, so that is it. That is your message for this week's love message. I will be off from today until next Monday. I am taking a personal weekend away to a city that I've never been to, and I'm super excited. I might post about it when I'm there or show some pictures, but it's a surprise. You'll see when I get there. All right, bye guys.